people to book trips right now. A new report from Talker Research reveals the latest trends, including how different generations are planning their getaways. Here to share the insights is Van Darden, Director of Media Relations with Talker Research. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first, can you kind of break down some of the key findings from this travel trends report? What'd you learn?
Yeah, this year's report gave us a really interesting snapshot of how Americans are traveling and how travel is tied to so much more than just vacation photos. We identified three major takeaways in this year's report. By the numbers, first, the average traveler takes 2.5 trips a year, spending $3,500 annually. That's not including luxury or international travel. That's just domestic travel. Our second big finding, travel can equal better mental health. People reported feeling 67% better mentally after taking a trip. And 40% of people with excellent mental health say that travel is a huge part of their lives, versus 12% of people with poor mental health reported saying that travel was a part of their lives. And then third, how technology and social media feeds into inspiration sources where people go to get inspired to travel. YouTube came out top overall, but Gen Z say that they're looking at TikTok to get inspired to where to take a trip. And millennials are embracing these emerging AI tools like ChatGPT to help get inspired and even make plans on how to travel.
I definitely believe that about the mental health from traveling. When it comes to travel, what are some of
just how much we're shelling out for that vacation?
Yeah, this morning we're joined by Director of Media Relations for Talker Research, Van Darden, to break it all down for us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
There's a lot to get into here. I'm just interested in what are the popular places that people are looking at right now?
Yeah, we asked kind of what the people's travel bucket list would be, and we ranked them by top 10. The top number one most desired bucket list vacation that people want to take, road trip across the USA. That came in at 32% of everybody that we surveyed. Number two, exploring the streets of Paris, the city of lights. Number three, seeing the northern lights in Iceland, seeing the cherry blossoms in Japan at number four, visiting the Statue of Liberty right here in New York, and seeing the pyramids of Egypt, number six, hiking the Grand Canyon, visiting New Orleans during Mardi Gras, going back to Tokyo for sushi, and walking the Great Wall of China rounded out the top 10.
So we're going around the globe with these locations. Steph wanted to know where to go. I want to know who is taking these trips. What generation is, cashing in all of their Bitcoin to go on these adventures to the Middle East, to Southeast Asia, and renting the RV to go across the country?
Well, by far, millennials are the most travel hungry of all the generations. They average 4.2 international trips in their lifetime. That may not sound like a lot overall, but that's compared to 44% of boomers who have never traveled abroad whatsoever.
You're already dreaming of your next vacation. If you are, it turns out you're not alone.
I think a lot of parents might say yes. Well, maybe that vacation is exactly what you need. We're diving into some newly discovered travel trends with Talker Research. We've got Van Darden, the Director of Media Relations for Talker Research, joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, great to have you.
I always love to see, what's up and coming, what's trendy in the world of travel.
What are the trends?
What are some of your key findings from your 2025 Travel Trends Report?
Yeah, this year's report gave us a really interesting snapshot of how Americans are traveling and how travel is tied to so much more than just vacation photos. We uncovered three major takeaways within our research. First, by the numbers, Americans are average 2.5 trips per year and spending $3,500 annually on travel. And that's not including luxury or international travel. That's just domestic travel. Our second big finding is that travel could equal better mental health. So people reported feeling 67% better mentally after taking a trip, and 40% of people with excellent mental health said that travel was a big part of their lives. That's compared to 12% of people with poor mental health who said that travel featured in their lives. And then third, how technology and social media feeds into inspiration sources. So YouTube came out overall for our research for people to get inspired on where to travel. But Gen Z looks at TikTok, maybe no surprise there. Millennials are embracing AI tools like ChatGPT to both get inspired on where to travel and even help plan their trips.
In time, yeah, that makes sense to me too. Well, before we let you go, where can people dive into this a little bit further? Where are the full results of this report?
talkerresearch.com/travel. There was so much more data, so many more trends that we didn't have time for today. You can see it all, talkerresearch.com/travel.
getting inspired, spending and approaching travel in the next coming months.
Yeah, well, a recent trends report by Talker Research revealed some intriguing travel trends by generation and found that a critical mental health boost could be just one flight away.
Yeah, here to give us details, we have the Director of Media Relations for Talker Research, Van Darden. Good morning, Van.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so share with us some of the key findings from the 2025 Travel Trends Report.
Yeah, well, this year's report gave us a really interesting snapshot into how Americans are traveling and how travel is tied to so much more than just vacation photos. In this year's report, we've identified three major takeaways. By the numbers, first, the average traveler takes 2.5 trips a year, and they spend $3,500 annually, and that's not including luxury or international travel. That's just on domestic travel. Our second big finding, travel, like you said, can equal better mental health, at least according to our research. People reported feeling 67% better mentally after taking a trip. That's a big, big jump.
Oh, wow.